Hello everybody, it's Channon Rose and I'm back. I have missed you guys. I've been really just filming over on my vlog channel. I missed filming my main channel videos, and I kind of wanted to talk about something that I get a lot of questions about, which is, do you plan on telling your kids that you did porn? Before we get into today's video, I just recently launched a recipe book with 50 gluten-free and vegan recipes that are so bomb. And so if you guys want to check that out, right now it's only available on my Etsy shop. I'll leave a link down below, and it's just like a ebook PDF, so you can just open it on your phone or your computer like right when you buy it. I'll leave that link down below. Now that my kids are getting a little bit older, I'm starting to think about it more, and I'm like, oh gosh. You know, when I was younger and like made the decision to do porn, and while I was doing it, the last thing that I was thinking was if I had kids one day. I just like wasn't ever in that mentality, because when I was doing porn, I just thought like, I want to have kids, but I probably never will. No one's gonna want to marry someone that did porn. I really just didn't think that this would be my life now, even though it's what I really wanted. And then obviously like my whole life changed. I did a whole workshop, like a whole 30-day workshop on how I changed my life around, how I became super successful, but most importantly, how I became happy, learned to love myself and be able to have whatever it is that I want. And now I have this beautiful family with two beautiful miracle babies. If you guys haven't been following me on my vlog channel, I have two kids now. I have a 3-year-old Snow and I have a 1-year-old Storm, and I call them my snowstorm. And I just, honestly, like I've never been happier in my life. Like this is all I've ever wanted. Like my dreams have come true. I literally went from like drinking and partying and doing drugs and doing porn and escorting to gardening and sewing and like being a little hippie homemaker that like is vegan and gluten-free and literally grows food in my garden for our family. I'm just so different now. It's just gotten to the point where I'm thinking like, wow, yeah, I'm gonna have to tell my kids one day that I did porn, or are they gonna find out from someone else and then I'm gonna have to explain it? And so I've sat down with Travis, you know, we've had this conversation because it's something that's important to me, and we've both come to the conclusion that we think the best thing to do is to tell them before they find out from somebody else. And I always want to be honest with my kids. If they ever ask me a question, I will never lie to them. And I want them to know about my past, because I think it's important if they ever have to, you know, be confronted by somebody else, for instance, you know, about their mom, or like bullied, you know what I mean? There's so many things that you have to like, you know, protect and look out for your kid these days. And again, like when I was younger and I made these decisions, this was not something I wasn't thinking about ahead, you know? I wasn't that smart. So I was just thinking about the now when I was younger. And I never thought how are, you know, my actions gonna affect my life in the future. Because again, I thought I would die before I like even turned 25, let alone had a family. So now I'm having to deal with these things, and I think that it's important to tell them at an early age and explain to them not just what I've done, but also like what sex is. And, you know, I want to be the one to tell them, you know, Travis and I, and sit down with them and answer any questions that they have. You know, I also want them to learn like sex stuff from me. I am the expert after all. I don't want them learning it from their friends who have no idea what they're talking about. I just think that that's something that I definitely plan to tell them. Be honest and upfront. I think that's always the best thing you can do in any situation. I want to earn my kids' respect. I want them to be able to think that they can come to me with anything. I want, you know, it to be just like a safe, comfortable space for me and my kids. And I want them to know that like I love them, and that, you know, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to protect them. And if they ever are, you know, bullied or, you know, are dealing with something because of my past, I want them to be able to come and talk to me about it, so that we can, you know, be there to support them as their parents and work things out as a family together. So that's kind of like how I plan to deal with, you know, telling my kids about that. And I think that's like the smartest way of going about it, or the best way that I know how. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to let me know in the comments, because, you know, I'm always learning better ways of doing things and always trying to be the best parent I can be. No one's perfect by any means. Gosh, like I am so far from perfect, but I want to be the best version of myself for my kids. And so that's what I strive to do every day. So that's kind of my goal and my plan. It's something that Travis and I have talked together about. And you know, my whole family knows about my past. I mean, they know everything. And that's just kind of like how I was raised with my family. And that's kind of how I plan to raise my kids. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions related to this, let me know. I think another question I always get asked is like, because we're vegan and I've had full vegan pregnancies and my kids have been vegan their whole lives, that's all they know. You know, a lot of people have asked me like, oh, well, what if your kids don't want to be vegan anymore? Like, are you gonna let them, you know, try foods that aren't vegan? And I always just kind of laugh because, you know, my goal as a parent is just to raise my kids to be happy, healthy, good people of society. I always just want to support them in whatever it is that they want to do, as long as it's not illegal, as long as I don't get them in trouble. If my kids want to try non-vegan food, of course I'm gonna let them do that. I don't want to be vegan, that's totally fine. You know, we're teaching them why we're vegan and why we think it's important, but I would never, you know, try to make them feel bad if they didn't want to be, which honestly I don't think that's gonna happen, because my kids love animals and they associate where their food comes from, and they know where their food comes from because like we garden now, and I teach them about that. And so it would be hard for me to think that they would want to eat. Our whole family, majority of our family is not vegan. So, and it's not like we look down upon them or we think we're better than them, like not at all. And so, whatever my kids want to do in life, I am always going to be there to support them 100%. If they are, you know, gay or lesbian or trans, or, you know, they want to be an artist, or I don't know, you know how like some parents, they want you to do like what they wanted to do, or I'm trying my best to just be the best parent I can for my kids, and I just want to love them and support them and be their biggest cheerleader, and I want them to feel safe and comfortable with me. I want them to come to me with whatever it is that they are having problems with. I don't ever want them to be scared to tell me something or try to hide something from me. So that's kind of like how I feel today and how I feel like I am as a parent. But again, if you guys have questions, please feel free to let me know, because, you know, or if you have any suggestions for me that you think might be better, let me know down in the comments too. But thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. I just want to say a huge thank you to my Patreon members that have been supporting me. We post exclusive, like crazy story times and all kinds of fun extra videos for members. So if you guys are not a member and you want to sign up, again, I'll leave that link down below.
Keep moving on and let go. Add color into yourself. Now life's like a movie, camera pose. One time for the girl, Channon Rose.